All right, joining us now with more reaction, we have the host of Michelle Malkin Investigates, Michelle Malkin, former Deputy Assistant to the President, Fox News National Security Strategist, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. You know, we've talked a lot over the years, Michelle, and you wrote a book about this, about illegal immigration in this country. And you look at all of those numbers and statistics, the one that stands out the most to me is 3.5% of the population estimate, 13.5% of crimes. That's federal, not state and local. What part of this is California, the governor, and the Oakland mayor not getting?
Well, they get it, and they don't care. And it's that defiance, it's that recklessness, it is that sabotage of not only the sovereignty of California, but the sovereignty of this country that they have sacrificed for political and electoral gain. They've been doing it for decades. And for Jerry Brown to call Jeff Sessions and Donald Trump's accountability for their actions a stunt, there's no bigger radical open borders clown car than the one that is filled by these Democrat politicians. Jerry Brown, who declared the state a sanctuary state with his raft of 10 different bills that undermine enforcement of the law, that prevent employers and landlords and citizens and law enforcement from cooperating to make sure that that state is safe. Then you've had Xavier Becerra, who, I don't know if you remember this, Sean, but in 15 years ago, you interviewed him, and he proudly acknowledged his membership in one of the most radical open borders organizations in America, MECHA, whose slogan is for the race, their race, everything. For people outside the race, nothing. And now he's in this position of power, as well as Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf. Sanctuary cities are outlaw cities. Sanctuary mayors and sanctuary governors are outlaw governors. Is important. And we need to do more. We need to do more than just hold them civilly liable. They need to be criminally liable. They need to be kicked off from behind their bully pulpit and put behind bars.
And Dr. Gore, we're not talking about DACA, which, by the way, President Trump was willing to make a deal on DACA for the wall, chain migration, and the visa lottery. We're not talking about any of the, we're talking about criminal, illegal immigrants, those that not only broke our laws coming into the country illegally, but then committed other crimes. Now, if you aid and abet and assist them in getting away from authorities, the question is simple. Are you then responsible for whatever other crimes they commit in the future?
Well, of course you are. Whether you're a governor or whether you're a mayor, you take an oath of office. And if you are acting in contravention of the supremacy clause of the U.S. Constitution, which gives federal government the sole mandate to deal with immigration, then you are obstructing justice and you may be aiding and abetting felons. It's a very simple question. Does the governor of California, does the mayor of Oakland believe that because they are politicians, they are above the law? This is the Clinton complex, Sean. They think they're politicians, therefore the U.S. Constitution and federal law does not apply to them.
All right, let me ask. Yeah, well, it's got to apply to them, and it supersedes what they're doing in the state. Here's my exit question for both of you. Should the Department of Justice follow through and arrest the mayor of Oakland? Because I assume that in the minds of the left, that will turn her into a martyr.
The president is committed to rule of law, Sean. He is not prepared to see this happen again. Because when you provide sanctuary, let's look at who you're providing it to. You're providing it to criminals. The people we have to protect are Americans. And for the last 8 years, ICE, DHS, CBP have been shackled. They've been handcuffed, Sean. We are allowing them to do their job, which is to protect Americans.
I wish these guys would go to the drug warehouses that I've been to. I wish they were out with me. I actually was there when gang members were arrested. That same exit question, Michelle Malkin. Should those that aid and abet be arrested?
Yes, they absolutely should be. And I said, this should just be the start. I mean, we need to have Attorney General Sessions here in Colorado. We've got defiant outlaw politicians right now in Denver and law enforcement officers. The police chief who refuses to cooperate with ICE. There was a hit-and-run illegal alien driver that they refused to put an ICE detainer on. They need to be behind bars. We need to have more than lawsuits. We need to have prosecutions.
All right. Thank you both. Michelle Malkin, Dr. Gorka.